Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria. I'm currently doing 31 days of Halloween and today is day 19. So a few years ago I did a clown look where it's kind of like crying watercolors, like water paints, like that makes sense. And I want to recreate that and change it up a little bit. So I'm going to do that today. I've got my little tool on. And when I first did this look, I actually edited like my eyes to look like they're like rainbow. And I actually have contacts that are rainbow now, so I can achieve that look. And I'm really, really excited about it. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is my eyebrows. That's kind of like how I normally like to start off any look, really. And I want them to be kind of like a dark purple, so I'm going to go over them with like a lip liner, and I'm just going to use the Plum shade. This is a NYX mechanical like lip pencil. So they're basically like my eyebrows, just like slightly tinted purple. Just cleaning them up with some concealer. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my eyes, and I'm gonna have like 3 different colors on each side, but for like the shading like that goes out from it, I do want it to kind of be like a darker purple or like a magenta type color to kind of match my eyebrows, to kind of bring it a little bit together. So I want like one thing that's similar on both sides, and I want it to be like the base color. For that, I think I want to use the shade Black Cherry from my Ice Cream Dream Glamlite palette. It's also probably one of my favorite shades in this entire palette. I've used it quite a bit in quite a bit of different looks so far. Okay, so now I'm going to clean up my creases for the colors that I'm going to apply. Okay, so the colors I'm going to do on this side are going to be yellow, green, and purple, because the tiers that are going to be coming down on this side are going to be yellow, green, and purple. So I'm kind of doing the opposite. When I first did this look, I just did the entire like eye, like that like purple magenta color. I mean, the only thing that was really colorful was the tiers, but now I want the eyeshadow to be colorful. So I'm going to take the shade Mango for the yellow, which is that yellow in this palette. Okay, now for the green, I'm going to use a mix between this green and the Bright's Ultimate Shadow Palette from NYX, this one here, and also like this brighter green from the Morphe Hit the Lights palette. This one. I feel like those two combine to make like the perfect green that I'm going for. So I'm going to start with the NYX one. Kind of blending it into that yellow. Now taking that Morphe one. Okay, now purple. And I'm going to use this purple from the same NYX palette. Now with a really tiny little detail brush, I'm going to take that Black Cherry shade that I started off with, and I'm just going to like go over that line on the crease. Okay, so for this side, I'm going to start with orange, red, and then go into blue. For the orange, I'm going to use the shade Pumpkin from the Ice Cream Dream palette. Okay, now I'm going to go into red. For that, I'm going to use these 2 shades. I'm going to kind of combine them. These shades Izafa and Ofala from the Festival palette by Juvia's Place. These 2 here. I'm gonna start off with Izafa, which is that darker one. I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of that Ofala shade on top, just to kind of make it a little bit more vibrant. Okay, now I'm gonna go into a blue, and I'm going to use this one from the NYX Sprites palette. And then just going back in with that black cherry in the crease. Taking more of that black cherry and just kind of blending around that blue. Same on this side, around that purple. Okay, so now I'm going to quickly do my foundation. I'm also going to do blush, highlight, and all of that, and I'll be right back. So for blush, I used a little bit of the one from the Cinnamon Bear toothpaste, and I also used some of that red eyeshadow, the Izoffa shade from the Juvia's palette, just very, very little bit. I blushed my nose and my chin a little, and for highlight I used the Anastasia Kitty Cat shade in the Nicole Guerrero palette. Okay, now for my inner corners, I want to use a blue shimmer, so I'm going to use the shade Cotton Candy from the ice cream palette, so this one here. Now I am going to do a winged liner. Now I'm going to take my liner and I'm going to start to draw the little triangles that go above your eyebrows. Now I'm just filling them in with a little bit of black paint. And setting it with a black eyeshadow just so it's not as shiny. Okay, I'm gonna come back to these later, but right now I'm going to do the watercolor coming from my eyes. So I'm gonna actually use water paint. I can just use my face paint and make the colors that I need and do that, but it's just gonna take too long and I'd rather just use water paints. So I'm gonna do that. So I have my water paint color palette here. I'm using quite a bit of water so it will be runny. So I got the color on my brush, and now I'm gonna take even just dab my brush into a little bit of water. I'm pressing it on here and then letting it drip. It will fall, so make sure you have something to catch it if it falls off your face. And I do want it to go past, I want it to go all the way down. So I'm just gonna keep getting some paint, some water, and then kind of going at the top and just letting it. But I want it to be a little bit thicker right here. It's too thin, so I'm just kind of going over it. And I want it to kind of have a bigger base coming from my eyes, so I'm just gonna kind of paint that on. Now I'm gonna start doing the other colors. So I'm gonna do red here and then blue to match this side, and then on this side it'll be yellow, green, and then purple. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with these. Now I'm going to take some black underneath, so they're all kind of coming from that, if that makes sense. I'm gonna use actual face paint for that. And I'm just gonna kind of stipple it on. So while it is still a very colorful look, it's also gonna have some darker elements to it. Now around, on the edges of these little peaks, I'm going to take that black cherry shade. So now I'm going to draw in my nose. And while I have my black liner out, also my lips. I'm going to create that really long smile. Now on my lips, I'm going to take that lip pencil that I used for my eyebrows. And I'm basically filling them in with this pencil. Now with the black face paint, I'm going to kind of fade in the black lines around my lips. Now using a bit of the lipstick from the Hocus Pocus collection, this is Sarah's lipstick. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of black paint just to make the rim of my nose a little bit thicker, mostly focusing on the inside. Now with a bit of the shade Black Cherry, I'm gonna fill in my nose. Just taking a little bit of that Sarah lipstick on my finger. And we can't forget like a tiny little sheen on the nose, so I'm taking a little bit of white eyeliner. Now I'm pretty much done, but before I forget, I'm going to highlight my brow bone. And I'm going to use a purple shimmer. So this is the shade Blueberry Cheesecake. Okay, now I'm going to add lashes and my colorful contacts, and I will be right back. This is my finished watercolor crying colorful clown. I feel really good about this look. I'm happy that I got to redo it and this time have the colorful contacts instead of having to edit my eyes to look like this. I have my pink bow here. My husband made this for me and we just kind of like tied it to like another piece that goes around my neck. This was like super easy to make and super inexpensive, and it's fun. Yeah, I feel fun, cute, but also scary, which I guess is fun in itself. So let me know what you guys think. And that is look 19 of 31 days of Halloween, which reminds me tomorrow is the last day to enter for the Hocus Pocus palette giveaway. If you haven't done that already, I'll go ahead and link that here. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.